Oh my God. It's so messy in here. Ah! I'm throwing things away accidentally. Okay. This is the most awkward intro of all time. I don't normally do lives because, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes it just feels awkward. You know what I mean? But here we are. So I thought I would try to do lives maybe every Friday because Fridays are like my dedicated days to filming. So I was like, hey, while I get ready, might be good to do, you know, some lives and do like, if anyone has any questions or anything like that, but just kind of chilling with me. I don't know if I can play music. Can I play music? Let's see if I can play some. Okay. I wanted to play some like chill music that's like royalty free. I don't know. I don't like this. That's kind of weird. So I'm trying to find some good background music to play. So I do my makeup. And here we go. Okay. Some saxophones. So on the agenda today, I'm doing some stuff with America's Next Top Model, which is always fun. So I have this long blonde wig that I'm gonna do. Hello, Luz. That's Luz. I'm sorry. I probably pronounced that way wrong. So I'm going for kind of a 2000s look today. The irony is like I've been growing my eyebrows out, which is kind of not good for when I do these videos because, you know, you kind of want thinner brows. And for a while I had thinner brows just because I was doing these videos. Sorry, this music is like distracting me. Anyway, I wanted to do it for my videos to have thinner eyebrows, but then I noticed that like I looked weird with them. So why can't I find anything? Oh my God, okay. Some blush, I love this blush. This is a Tarte in the shade Party. Hi, squirrel. Thank you. Okay. Where are you guys from? I'm dropping everything. Where the heck is my eyeshadow palette? Oh my God. Maybe I should like actually get organized before I get started. You know, that would be a novel concept, wouldn't it? But I'm not that smart. So I'm just like gonna lightly fill in a little bit. Sometimes I just use like an eyeshadow, like an eyeliner brush, and just kind of lightly. So it gives a little definition, but I'm not trying to make thick brows, you know? Hello, Eric. Oh, made it a little thick. Okay. How are you guys doing on this lovely Friday afternoon? Gosh, the day has already gone by. So I work a full-time job in marketing, and it is work from home. But since I feel like my content creator career has like really kind of taken off in the past year or so, more than normal, I am taking Fridays now off of my day job to focus on making videos for you guys. And especially on my TikTok and Instagram as well. YouTube is actually the platform I have the hardest time reaching my audience with. I don't know why that is, but I really want to do more long form videos here on YouTube as well. I actually have one planned for today, but just all that to say, I really appreciate you guys, because it is really my dream to be able to do this full time. And as much as I enjoy, like, have a job in marketing and social media, my background's actually in performance. I have a theater degree, which probably is not super surprising, but yeah, so it's kind of new for me to have Fridays available to do this. So it's kind of exciting, but I'm getting a late start. And I dropped my eyeshadow palette and I can't find where I put it. Ah! Does anyone else have the feeling like where you sling things all the time? Like, I'm always slinging things. That's why I'm dropping things. I can't find anything. It's a problem. So I have to use like some other random palette. Fine, we will make it work. I'm gonna use like a white-ish kind of shadow because I feel like in the 2000s this was really like a thing if we used kind of white. And I have a shimmery white, but it's in that other palette that I can't find, so I'm not gonna do like a super glam look. I'm gonna keep it more like simple, like your everyday girl in the 2000s look. Like the early 2000s, you know. Which was a little more simplistic. Let me find my black eyeliner. Yeah, I use this eyeliner a lot. This is really great eyeliner. It's the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide pencil. It is so smooth. So like if you want to line your eyes, it doesn't tug at all. It's like really perfect for that. See how easy that was. And even to do like above. To tight line. And then what I like to do, because it's so creamy and smooth, I'll take a Q-tip and like blend it out more. So I want a little bit more of a sort of smoky, messy 2000s eye. Like, this is not perfect looking, but it does help if I take the Q-tip and see? There you go. I think I'm gonna go a little bit more in my inner corner too. What is exactly cringe? Here's my thing. I feel like you're gonna get my TED Talk on this topic. I feel like Gen X specifically and younger have such an aversion to the idea of cringe, right? An aversion to the idea of being authentic and not authentic, but earnest and being sincere, and like putting yourself out there in a way that's not cool or like hip and like the hot thing or aspirational thing. I have been doing theater my whole life. I've been cringy since I was a child. And you know what? A bug. Honestly, probably it could be. Oh, where? Anyway, sometimes I do have bugs. I don't know, because it's like my Windows sealant is not great. Anyway, back to my conversation. What was I saying? Okay, I've been cringe my whole life, and I feel like there's freedom in that. And I did have a moment where I was like, are the videos that I do cringy? And I was like, for like 2 seconds, I had a thought, and I was like, wow, I'm really cringy. I'm embarrassing. Like, I should just pack it up. Oh, no, it's like a little, I think it's a little cobweb I need to vacuum out. Yeah, don't mind that. Like dust or something. Anyway, I keep losing my train of thought, but, oh yeah, I had a moment, I was like, am I cringe? But then I was like, maybe I am, but if I'm cringe, there are people that are enjoying that, right? So who am I to stop creating because someone might think it's cringe? And do I think there's people that know me in my real life, especially in the past, not my like true friends, but like people, you know, that I ran across, are they sharing my videos and be like, oh my God, she's so embarrassing? Maybe. But like, I don't care. And that's what's freeing about it. Like, I really don't care. And if you want to be an artist in this world or a creative person, you have to get used to the idea of like, people might find you cringe, because the people that do, they're only feeling like that because they don't have the courage to do something themselves. And if they were out there putting themselves out there in a way that could be interpreted as vulnerable, they wouldn't be saying that. They would be identifying with it. So that's my TED Talk about being cringe. And yeah, I don't care. So if people like want to say that as like it's an insulting thing, it doesn't insult me at all. Because if you're not cringing while putting yourself out there, you're probably not risking enough. Like, you're probably not being as true to yourself as you could be. Because being yourself really is cringe sometimes. And that's why I feel like the younger generations, and this could be a generalization, I'm not saying it's every single person, but because the younger generations are so like chronically online, and I'm chronically online, right? But I'm 36 years old, so I've been around, a while. But when you're younger and also have that, there is this tendency to like really obsess about looking cool, and you can't post anything like, because you're going to worry about what people are going to think. It's just something that I've noticed. And then people just feel like it's just like such an own to like tell a millennial that they're cringe, but like, we don't care. So anyway, I don't know. So thanks for commenting that, because I love to go on that little TED Talk. So I'm curious to know you guys' thoughts. What do you think about that? Do you think I'm cringe? I don't know. What do you find cringe? The things that I find cringe are cringe in a bad way, not in a way that's like just somebody being earnest and authentic, is, like when people are mean for no reason or putting down others for no reason. That is cringe in a bad way. I'm like, ooh, I feel bad for that person because they've got something going on, and what I am doing or what this other person they're commenting on is doing is triggering an insecurity deep down that they might not even realize they have. So that's cringe to me. Anyway, thanks for joining. I'd love to answer any questions anyone, may have. I don't talk about myself a lot on here. Nobody knows anything about me, so I kind of enjoy that because I love to play characters. because funny that I just had this conversation about cringe and insecurities, but personally, I deal with a lot of insecurities, actually. I deal with a lot of feelings like my real personality, like people will think I'm annoying or something, and that I have to, like, I think when I play characters, I don't know, it's more appealing to people. Whereas being myself, like, I can feel very exposed, and I think that's why I've always loved acting. And it's funny because I love to play like really dramatic or like bold characters, and in real life it's like I can be like dramatic, I guess, but like I tend to, I don't know, I just like want to let others have their moment. Like I don't want to overstep anything. I let like make anyone feel any type of way, so I kind of hold back and sort of let others shine, if that makes sense. Okay, lips. What am I gonna do for lips? So anyway, so 2000's lip is a little bit subdued, kind of like pinky. I don't know, I kind of want to do more of a glammy look, but I'm not going to because the first video I'm filming is from America's Next Top Model, and when I think of the makeup they wore on the show to like the makeovers or to anything, it's usually a little more on the natural side. It was not like super glam, so that's what I'm going for. By the way, I really love, this is ColourPop lippy sticks. They are really affordable. And their lip liners are amazing as well. They are really great. And like this color is a really nice, natural, especially if you kind of blend it out. Like it kind of looks like just my lips, right? Like my lips, but better. And then I put a little gloss on. Of course, I lost the cap to this because I'm an idiot. And then I'm gonna pin curl my hair, which might be confusing, but that's how you prepare. Whoa, I can't talk. But pin curling is kind of how you prepare your hair for being put in a wig in the most proper way, so that no hair shows. Okay. But the gag is I'm going to use the kind of curls that I get from the pin curls in videos later. So I learned how to pin curl because I used to do I did period pieces like in the 50s, and I kind of learned how to do like that pinup girl hair, which is really fun to do. Thank you so much, Zara. So let me try to think of the direction. Because you gotta think of the direction. So I'm trying to think of the look that I want to do. And yeah, I think I need to do towards the face for this. What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't need it to be like super perfect because it's just going under a wig and it's not gonna be like a perfect style. But I needed to go back because, okay, sorry, I'm overthinking this. This really isn't that hard. I'm like, I don't know. If I was not doing it for, oh my God, if I was not doing it for a wig, I would do it facing forward, but I don't want it to cover my forehead because that's how you get the like old Hollywood style waves. Thank you so much. It's really fun to go back and do 90s looks because when I actually was that age in that era, like when I was like a preteen, it was I didn't have the skills, you know. I didn't have the skills or the money to have the things that I now have, so it's really satisfying. It's like kind of heals my inner child, you know. that's kind of a big point of my account is let me just heal my inner child a little bit and hopefully help others do the same in the process. So I'm not going to take forever on this, don't worry. Maybe you can help me pick out my outfit as well once I get to that point. It's hot in here. I'm going to turn my fan on. Ugh. So I am new to doing YouTube shorts. I mean, not shorts, but lives. And I'm curious for those watching, like, what do people do on lives when they're not like streaming, like playing video games? Which ironically, I actually do play video games, but it's something that I don't like to do as entertainment. I like to just do it to relax for myself. And if I streamed, I would feel like I was performing and like, I don't know. Sometimes I like, don't want to have to perform. And maybe that's a personal thing I need to work through. Why do I feel like I have to perform if there's a camera on me? You know, I don't know. Things to talk about in therapy. So what games do I play? So I've played several games. Right now, I'm playing Infinity Nikki, which I am obsessed with. It's so good. It's so good. Other games I've played in the past, I played A Plague Tale. I played Cyberpunk. I beat both of those. I've played a lot of The Sims. Back in the day, I used to play with my high school boyfriends, Halo and Unreal Tournament and all of those. But today I'm not as much into games that stress me out because, like I said, I play video games to really relax and unwind. And that's why I love Infinity Nikki, because it is just so calming, but there's like enough challenge where I don't feel like I'm being babied. But yeah, wholesome stories that you know there are from an older era. Okay, so I have like different types of stories to tell, but are there people on here that you recommend that do cool lives? Because I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like I want to do more lives, sort of connect here on YouTube. So one thing, like I want to do longer form sort of story time and like explanation videos. For example, like when I was a preteen, actually I was maybe I was 12 or 13. I did this whole thing, like, I'm prepping my hair for a wig for those that don't know. I did this program called Model Productions where I thought I was going to be the next Disney Channel star, okay? It was something that scouted me at the mall, and you had to do like a runway show, and they took photos during a runway show, and then they scored you. And it was a runway show, not a real one. It was in like Goodies, which is like a discount store, like a Kohl's. I don't know if Goodies were prevalent everywhere. It was just a Southern thing, but we did a show at the Goodies, and I still have all these pictures, and I'm gonna show all of them in the video. And then they selected, I guess, some people if you had like a certain score technically, but they probably accepted everyone because it was, I wouldn't say scam, but it was kind of taking advantage of people a little bit. Anyway, then if you were selected, you had to do a photo shoot, like a legit photo shoot. And then, which was really cool. I remember I went to this like hotel in Atlanta, and I grew up in a very small town, okay? Like one red light high school. So going to Atlanta was always like so cool. I loved the big city. It makes sense because now I live in New York City. So, you know, we went to this hotel in Atlanta, and it was like a Crown Plaza. Like it wasn't even anything super fancy, but it was fancy to me, and it did this whole photo shoot. And then I also had to like film like a little commercial script, and I had to create a character. This was like kind of advanced stuff. I had to create a character to perform on stage. So we had this whole segment where like I don't know, it was almost like sketch comedy. It was like a little mini SNL. And I chose, God help me, why did I choose this? I don't know, but I chose to do Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. I was like, of all the characters, I was like, think of like 13-year-old me. Who can I portray? Steve Irwin. Yes. And that was fun. So I had this whole khaki outfit that I bought. And I performed on stage, and I did a whole skit, and I was like, it's a huge snake, you know. It was really silly. And yeah, nothing really came of this. So basically all that it was is once I did all that, I guess I had all these materials, then I had a link to like a site they gave me, and they had listings, and then you would like submit yourself to projects. But like the dumb thing was the projects were all stuff that like you could easily find yourself if you know what you're doing. But I didn't know. My mom didn't. I did not grow up in a family of entertainers. So like, well, how was I supposed to know anything? And then I kind of fizzled out, and like it didn't really do much with it. But I swear, if I had the right advice and people around me, then I could have gone far back then. Okay, this is so funny that you mentioned that, because I am actually not even kidding you. In my note today of things to film, let me read to you. Woman scared of olives on Maury. Literally, I'm not even joking. Like, I wrote that down today. So I am on the same wavelength. And I was like thinking of, you know, what's another random thing that I have a lot of that I can use? Because I actually hate olives. I'm not afraid of them, but I hate olives. Like, what's a thing I have? But I wrote that down because I remember that episode so specifically, because she was like, she thought they reminded her of dead people. And then, you know, they always run backstage, and then they're like, you don't want to go back there. And then there's like a mountain of olives, or like there was one where a lady was afraid of cotton balls, and it was like a cotton ball man. They dressed up a man in cotton balls to terrorize her. That was pure that was pure TV. Like, they're not making TV anymore like that, okay? They really aren't. So let me find this wig. This is how organized I am. Oh, I found it. I actually did put it in a drawer. I actually did put it somewhere. So let's see. I have never put this wig on. So this is supposed to be like, you know, in America's Next Top Model, where they're like, we want you icy blonde, and it's like the yellowest blonde like you can imagine. I'm so glad that this is reading the yellow that it looked on screen, and it wasn't like highlighter yellow. It was just like not toned blonde. And she'd be like, I want you icy white blonde, and it's like this. It's gonna look horrible on me too, I know. Like, I do not suit this shade of blonde at all. I mean, I barely suit any shade of blonde, but like especially this one. Oh God, this is awful. Like, this is the worst for my skin tone like you could possibly do. Good Lord. But that was kind of the thing too, like they looked horrible with that. I have a big head, or like wigs don't like fit around my head right. I don't know what's wrong with me. I need like wigs for big heads, and I don't feel like my head's big. It's like it must extend, like it must be like long or something. Just doesn't have such a big brain, you know. Like, how absolutely awful is this wig? I've never looked worse. But is this not perfect? This is like perfect for like when they have the photo shoot at the end. I need to like make an outfit out of scraps of fabric or something. Oh God. Oh God. Well, oh, pin is sticking out. Okay, so I'm gonna try to figure out what outfit. Let me look up. What did they wear? They always wore like black tank tops. America's Next Top Model outfit. Yeah. They always wore something black top. They always wanted them in a black top and jeans or something. So I guess I'm not going to go too creative with that. Okay. I have the perfect like little, it's almost like a bikini top, but it's like sporty. And then for the, okay, I've got it planned for the photo shoot outfit. Elimination. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, well, I think I'm done getting ready, and now I need to film it. So thanks for hanging. I will try to do more. God, I can't get over how absolutely awful this wig is on me. It kind of looks like Carole Baskin, doesn't it? Okay. Well, I will let y'all go. That's such a Southern thing to say, isn't it? I'll let y'all go. And yeah, let's chat next time. Bye.